Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers for the next 2 weeks, November 11th to November 22nd, state that Drew Quartermaine will pay Willow Corinthos a visit to check on her following their hookup. Willow won't believe it's wise to keep having private meetings like this, but Drew may say he had to see whether she was okay. Meanwhile, fans will watch Christina Corinthos Davis cry for help during the week of November 11th to 15th. Natalia Ramirez will supposedly find Christina in difficulty as she faces with additional grief over Sam McCall, thus it seems she'll get Sonny Corinthos on the phone. Natalia will exhibit guilt later, so she may feel bad for evaluating Christina so severely when they initially met. Now that Natalia is starting to see some other aspects of Christina, she may wish she'd been supportive of her relationship with Blaze aka Allison Allie Rogers. Over with Robert Scorpio, he'll explore his conflicted feelings for Holly Sutton and open up to a disapproving Max Scorpio. As for Holly, she'll make some demands in Jack Brennan's office before going to Anna Devane with a request. Sasha Gilmore Corbin will also have a lot to mull over now that Holly has been selfless for once. Felicia Scorpio will push Sasha to embrace this opportunity to bond with Holly and get to know Robert better, too. Other General Hospital teasers claim Lucky Spencer and Laura Collins will hear some details regarding Lulu Spencer's illness. Now that Lulu is healing from her liver transplant, how will her stats look? Could test results finally hint to Lulu inching nearer a coma awakening? GH fans will also watch Trina Robinson make a great impression during a first meeting. There's a significant probability that'll feature a meet-cute with Kai as he's set to make his first appearance soon. Elsewhere, Elizabeth Baldwin will give Jason Morgan a pep talk and perhaps offer a little reassurance about his unexpected single dad status. However, Alexis Davis wants Danny Morgan and Scout Quartermaine to live with her, so we'll see if Jason or Danny have any issues. There could be difficulties if Danny is determined about staying with Jason instead. Jason doesn't have enough room for Danny at the present, but he could easily upgrade his living accommodations. Whatever the case, Jason will let his rage spill on someone soon enough. We'll see if Alexis prompts Jason to lose his anger or if it may be someone like Brennan or Anna. Back with Drew, his electoral fate will be known. Will Drew gain victory or face defeat once the results come in? Maxie Jones will also initiate a fight with Nina Reeve, so she may reiterate Ava Jerome's advice about placing her friendship with Willow above anything else. Nina may want nothing to do with Drew anyway once she finds out he slept with Willow and put her marriage even more at risk. Across town, Michael Corinthos will inform Sonny about some troubles in his marriage, but will he go into all the details? Regardless, Sonny may point out that without trust, it's going to be challenging to make any partnership survive. Later, Willow and Michael will have a lengthy, one-on-one chat. Will there be any confessions concerning the adultery that's gone down on both sides? Michael knows Willow hooked up with Drew as he was the footage for himself, so we'll see if he acknowledges that or not. Of course, Michael also slept with Sasha, so he's not some innocent victim in all this. No matter what Willow and Michael confess, they'll have to figure out if there's actually a route forward for them as a couple. On another note, Rick Lansing will accept a new client, but he won't forget about Ava's case and doing what needs to be done. Isaiah Gannon will also get a large offer, so it looks like Portia Robinson will want him to become a full-time surgeon at GH. At Jason's place, he'll face questions from Carly Spencer. Carly may not feel as connected to Jason since he's been hiding things lately, but he'll continue to put his walls up and block her out. Back with Anna, she'll have an honest chat with Felicia. That might involve Anna's affections for Jason and admission that she's difficult to leave their kiss in the past. At some time, Sam's autopsy results will have to be revealed. That report could undoubtedly stir up a lot of drama throughout the week of November 18th to 22nd. Portia has been frightened about the likelihood of Lucas' miscalculation, but will the report hint to something more nefarious instead? If there are signs of foul play, this might become a police inquiry. It's probable Cyrus Renault knocked Sam off the map purposely by interfering with her 4 bag since there have been rumblings about that outcome. It's also possible someone else targeted Sam, but questions will linger no matter what. Finally, Sam's burial is going to be a painful day for all the loved ones she left behind, but they'll get through it as best as they can. Our projections indicate to things becoming worse before they get better for some morning PC residents, so stay tuned. General Hospital spoilers predict the next 2 weeks will feature some gripping scenes, so don't miss all the action. General Hospital spoilers claim that Cyrus Renault would have to face the consequences if he's the one who targeted Sam McCall at GH. There's been a lot of focus on the looming autopsy report and what it might uncover, so it could yield proof of some fatal sabotage. Since there have been rumblings of Cyrus tampering with Sam's bag, he could be responsible for her breathing her last breath. If Cyrus caused Sam's heart attack, then he's the reason her loved ones are all mourning right now. Of course, we have to remember Lulu Spencer's ventilator failure, which was likely an act of sabotage as well. Cyrus may have his own twisted intentions for what he's been up to, but the point is that he could be to fault for the weird incidents. If Cyrus is actually convicted, where will this tale proceed from here? The show's already done the whole prison thing with Cyrus, so is there really any value in doing it again? Jeff Kober is a terrific performer, but maybe Cyrus has overstayed his welcome at this point. Cyrus isn't used all that much anymore and may lift right out if the program wants to pursue a fresh mystery. Although it generated a lot of drama when Sonny Corinthos shot John Jagger Cates, it was honestly somewhat of a letdown that we knew who did it. If Cyrus gets shot next, perhaps fans won't see who fired the trigger, at least not straight away. After all, there'd be no shortage of suspects in a story like that. Anyone who loved Sam and wanted retribution could be capable of taking matters into their own hands. Sonny might likely be a contender, but so would Jason Morgan, Dante Falconeri and Christina Corinthos Davis. Even Alexis Davis, Molly Lansing Davis, Drew Quartermaine and Danny Morgan might be suspects depending on how things go down. Perhaps it's time for the program to write this villain out with a mystery that asks, who shot Cyrus? Suspects could mount up until the real culprit is ultimately discovered, and it might be someone that blows the audience away in the end. Our predictions indicate to problems following Cyrus in the months ahead, so we'll bring you updates on any shocking news that might be in the pipeline. General Hospital spoilers claim Sam deserves justice, so we'll see if she gets it. Drew learns his electoral fate, Jason loses his cool, and Laura and Lucky get news. General Hospital spoilers update for Monday, November 11th, shows that Michael Corinthos will be in a depression during a visit to Sonny Corinthos' penthouse. Although Michael will claim he's thinking about how unfair it is that Sam McCall's gone, Sonny will sense something else is bothering him. Once Sonny understands Michael is more than just concerned about Dante Falconeri, Michael will disclose he's scared about his marriage. Of course, we'll just have to wait and see how much Michael is prepared to confess about all the infidelities. As for Willow Corinthos, she'll be caught surprised when Drew Quartermaine shows up at the Quartermaine Gatehouse. It may lead to Willow's reminder that they decided to keep their distance from each other. However, Drew may believe he took advantage of Willow's sensitivity and added to her marriage betrayal guilt. There's no way Drew could just hook up with Willow and allow her to suffer the fallout on her own. Despite the added layer of drama, part of Drew may be delighted he crossed the line with Willow. Now that things have taken a scorching turn between them, Drew may struggle to get their passionate meeting out of his brain. Willow may be split between her intellect and her heart since she wants to safeguard her marriage, but she's drawn to Drew like a magnetic. As a result, Willow may restate that they had to put an end to all this. Back with Sonny, it looks like he'll get some bad news. Natalia Ramirez will most likely find Christina having a grief-driven meltdown somewhere since she'll make a phone call regarding a female character in difficulty. Diane Miller will also dish out some tough love with Alexis Davis and hopefully help her see a road ahead. Alexis can't let grief rob her of her identity as a supportive mother and grandma. Meanwhile, Felicia Scorpio will argue for Holly Sutton during a conversation with Sasha Gilmore Corbin, who may be tempted to offer Holly another shot to be a true mom. As for Holly on Monday's GH episode, she'll pressure Jack Brennan to offer what she feels she's owed. Holly may not be able to relax until Jen Sidwell is murdered, so she may urge Brennan to help make it happen. It looks like Brennan will concede there's one thing he can do for Holly, so we'll see what he promises and what forecasts he might make. Next, Max Scorpio will drill Robert Scorpio for information on all the Sidwell mayhem and how Holly hauled him into the nightmare. Robert will share updates and examine the maternal side he's seen of Holly. Since Holly was willing to surrender the genuine gems and promptly stepped up for Sasha, Robert will give her a lot of credit, too much if you ask Mac. In Anna Devane's office, she'll fire questions at Jason Morgan and ask how long his deception's been going on. General Hospital rumors predict Jason may face an interrogation over Sunny's agreement with Holly and whatever else Anna wants to know. At Brennan's office, Holly panicked about what Sidwell may have done to Sasha. Holly noticed that Sidwell asked her to bring the jewels, and she should have done it herself. Holly inquired if Brennan was on Sasha's side and fretted that so many things could go wrong. Robert informed Holly they had to trust Jason and Brennan to bring Sasha back to them. Robert answered his phone and was surprised to learn about the explosion. Holly questioned if Sasha was alive. She couldn't bear the anticipation and declared she would find out for herself. Robert called after her as Holly raced from the office. Jason arrived at the warehouse and told Sidwell he brought the jewels. Sidwell chuckled, stating that Holly plainly didn't care about her daughter. Sidwell's soldiers surrounded Jason with rifles drawn. Jason showed Sidwell some of the jewels and said that if he showed him Sasha, he would show him the rest. Jason told Sidwell that he had been instructed to hand up the diamonds after he was provided evidence of life. Fine, Sidwell responded with an eye roll. He showed a live video on his phone that showed Sasha pulling off a vent cover and trying to flee. Jason questioned where Sasha was concealed. Sidwell told him there were 5 stories and 30 offices, but he wouldn't have much time to find her as he had a bomb put on a timer. Your move, Mr. Morgan, Sidwell said. Jason gave him the jewels, and Sidwell told him which room Sasha was in. Jason took off to find her. Sasha located the explosive under the desk. The timer had fewer than 4 minutes left on it. Jason found her and kicked in the door. With seconds to spare, they ran for their lives. From a vantage outside, we witnessed the bomb blow up the structure. Anna was told of the explosion and arrived at the burning warehouse. She was briefed by an officer who showed her an evidence bag. Anna stated she thought she knew what this was about. She ordered street cams and eyewitness testimony to find out what transpired. Jason and Sasha came at the WSB office. She inquired how he got dragged into the mess. Jason revealed that she was with Carly when Sidwell took her and that he had been with Holly at the property. Jason revealed that Sidwell had the jewels. Your mom gave up those diamonds to save you, he added. Robert and Holly ran in and praised Jason and Brennan for locating Sasha. Robert hugged Sasha, and they shared a lovely, caring moment. Jason was delighted it all worked out. His phone rang, but he answered the call in the hallway. I'm at a crime scene, Anna told him. She stated she needed answers and to meet her at her office. Sasha questioned Holly if the jewels Jason gave Sidwell were real or phony. Holly insisted they were real, and she didn't want to risk Jen's believing he had been tricked. Like those diamonds, the love I feel for you is real. And whether you believe it or not, there is nothing more important in this world to me than you, Holly told Sasha. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, November 11th, suggest that Drew Quartermaine will visit by the Quartermaine Gatehouse to see whether Willow Corinthos is okay after what transpired between them. Willow may protest to Drew popping in as it's preferable for them to keep their distance at this point. After Willow admits she thought they were on the same page, Drew may admit he finds it tough to remain away. Now that Drew and Willow have crossed the boundary, it's connected them on a whole new level that'll be tough to shake. Elsewhere, Natalia Ramirez may come to Christina Corinthos Davis' rescue. Monday's GH Peak shows Natalia outside in the dark somewhere while she makes a phone call and acknowledges she's in trouble. It appears like Natalia might stumble, discover Christina in peril and send Sunny Corinthos an SOS. General Hospital spoilers predict that Christina will offer an emotional plea, so she might ask for Natalia's help after breaking down about Sam McCall's demise. Over with Diane Miller, she'll give Alexis Davis some sympathy along with some wisdom. If you don't, there won't be anything left of you, Diane warns in Monday's preview video. Diane may comfort Alexis that it's absolutely natural to mourn, but she can't let that sadness consume her to the point where she loses herself totally. According to General Hospital teasers, Sasha Gilmore Corbin's relationship with Michael Corinthos could result in a pregnancy. Although this would be extremely complicated, Sasha may find herself looking forward to a second-chance kid. Sasha's loss of little Liam Corbin was terrible, but this could provide her with another chance at parenthood. Sasha's bond with Willow Corinthos has already blown up, so she may decide to accept her pregnancy and whatever the future holds. Sasha, on the other hand, may mend her relationship with Willow as a result of Jen Sidwell's threats. In that event, Sasha's pregnancy could reveal her one-night stand with Michael and terminate her friendship with Willow for good. However, Sasha may not be the only one who becomes pregnant soon. Willow slept with Michael first, then with Drew Quartermaine shortly after. That raises the prospect of a paternity mystery for Willow in the coming weeks. If Willow finds herself expecting another child, she may wonder whether Michael or Drew is the father. Willow would need a DNA test to clear things up, so it would be intriguing to find out who the baby daddy is. Can you imagine how complicated things would be if Michael had a baby with both Sasha and Willow? Of course, GH writers might change the tale totally if Willow becomes pregnant by Drew instead. Willow may consider it a blessing in the end, as her marriage to Michael appears doomed at this time. Drew, Willow, Scout Quartermaine, and her new little brother or sister might form a family. Scout just asked Willow to assist Drew in tucking her in, so the show may be setting the framework to make her stepmother a viable candidate. Regardless, it would be soapy if Willow and Sasha become pregnant at the same moment. Sasha and Willow's narratives are becoming increasingly entwined, which may continue if they receive updates on any double pregnancy issue. According to General Hospital spoilers, Willow and Sasha will face a lot more turmoil in the future, so we'll keep you updated on any pregnancy news and paternity predictions. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, November 6th, show that Carly Spencer updated Jack Brennan about Sasha Gilmore Corbin's kidnapping and identified Jen Sidwell as her kidnapper via a photo. Carly was perplexed when Sidwell claimed he wanted his diamonds back from Sasha's mother, as she assumed her mother had died. Anna Devane arrived and explained that Sasha was Holly Sutton's daughter. Despite Anna's warning that things would be complicated with Holly, she went ahead with her plan. Holly informed Robert Scorpio about the lost diamonds and her destroyed chamber. Holly, on the other hand, refused to reveal the location of the gems and was unwilling to throw away her large winnings. Robert was still attempting to get more information out of Holly when Anna arrived with the news that Sidwell had kidnapped Sasha. At GH, Portia Robinson did not have any autopsy information on Sam McCall yet, but she reminded Lucas Jones that they were being thorough and that it could take some time. Later, Portia took Isaiah Gannon to her office and said Sam had not made it. This was a rare circumstance with added urgency because Lucas had just operated on his own sister. Portia questioned Isaiah about whether Lucas had made any mistakes, but Isaiah gave him a positive assessment and believed Lucas did everything correctly. Isaiah concerned that Portia was seeking for a scapegoat, but she denied it. Meanwhile, Lucas researched post-surgery cardiac arrest and appeared to be haunted by what had happened to Sam. Brad spied on Lucas several times to check on him before giving him a compassionate look as he entered the locker room. Michael Corinthos went to the Quartermaine estate to look for Willow Corinthos and asked Brooke Lynn Quartermaine about her while there. Scout Quartermaine came hurrying over after having a nasty dream, claiming she couldn't find Drew Quartermaine. Brooke Lynn reassured Scout that Drew was nearby before leading her to the kitchen for hot chocolate. Willow and Drew changed into their clothes in the playroom after their adventure. Willow admitted that they were both to blame for what happened, but she insisted on burying the mistake and warning it wouldn't happen again. Willow accidentally left an earring on the playroom floor. Willow went out the back and returned through the front door later, so she made Michael excuses about leaving her phone on mute and falling asleep. Despite their recent disagreements, Willow wanted to support Michael in his grief over Sam's death. Drew appeared shortly after, giving Scout a hazy explanation about how he was trying to stay busy. Michael looked suspicious since Drew and Willow appeared to be on edge. Willow pretended she was only comforting Drew about Sam's death and offered him an awkward hug. Michael moved back and noticed a notification on his phone regarding motion detected on the baby monitor in the playroom. Michael was appalled when he saw the footage of Drew and Willow's encounter earlier. Willow approached and wondering what Michael was viewing, but Drew and Scout intervened. Scout wanted Willow to help Drew tuck her up, so Michael recommended they take their time. That left Michael alone to continue watching the scandalous film and fuming over Willow's betrayal of Drew. Next, Dante Falconeri appeared devastated when he returned home to an empty apartment. Sonny Corinthos and Olivia Quartermaine eventually arrived to console Dante as he fought to cope. When Dante was alone, he scented Sam's leather jacket from the closet while grieving. Alexis Davis also received a visit from Curtis Ashford, and she took his consolation and told him that she would not drink. After Curtis left, Sonny walked by to check on Alexis. Alexis rambled on about all of the decisions that needed to be made with Sam's service, and she struggled to believe it was all occurring. General Hospital spoilers indicate that Alexis still has some difficult days ahead of her, so stay tuned. General Hospital dished viewers another week of characters discovering the heartbreaking news about Sam, while also taking its feed on providing everyone information on the deceased's autopsy and what truly happened to her. The "we knew this was coming" sex between Drew and Willow eventually transpired, and Michael knows about it while keeping his own infidelity with Sasha a secret. And Jen Sidwell returned with a vengeance. The day after Michael had intoxicated sex with Sasha, he went home, forgave Willow for kissing Drew and then slept with her. Damn, Michael, you are as evil as Drew and Willow. A day later, Willow helped Drew deal with his sadness over Sam's death by riding him like a stallion in the Quartermaine nursery. Wait, where the kids sleep. Gross. And, of course, Michael watched it all on the nanny cam. I think we all know where this is going. Sasha will become pregnant with Michael's child, and Willow won't know if she's carrying Drew or Michael's baby. Normally, this would be a good old-fashioned kind of soapy drama tale. The only problem is that most of us don't care about Drew or Willow and have loathed this storyline from the beginning. Plus, I wouldn't wish Michael on any lady, certainly not Sasha, who I like. Ultimately, this might promote a reunion between Sasha and Michael, along with Willow and Drew quitting the canvas and moving to DC after he's elected to Congress. General Hospital delivered on the soapiness of it all this week, but that doesn't mean we weren't still left with a foul taste in our mouths from two characters who exposed their true spots in every way. So, Michael assumed that if he married the woman who cheated on her first husband with him, she wouldn't cheat on him? That's why this writer nicknamed him Carly's dumb son years ago. 'Cause that is who he is. And Willow is nothing more than the sanctimonious hypocrite she has been since the minute she discovered Chase would live when she married him on his purported deathbed. Remember when Willow married Chase despite lusting after Michael because she wanted him to die happy? Then, when she realized he was cured, she got the most horrified look on her face as that meant she couldn't have sex with Michael anymore. And it's not like being married to Chase stopped Willow anyway. She still had sex with Michael. Grief sex. During their child's birthday party. That sadness sex was evidently amazing because she had grief sex again this week with Drew. On a child's playroom floor. This is Willow, folks. The pristine and beautiful snowflake who neglected to treat her cancer while pregnant and then wondered how it advanced to stage 4 despite her being a medical expert. The world halted to bring lovely Willow some precious bone marrow so she could live with her precious family. And a year later, she is back to being the cheater who will always be a cheater. At least Sasha now has Willow's number. Willow was more angry that her kiss secret was uncovered than she was about upsetting her spouse by kissing his uncle. She had to put the blame somewhere since nothing can ever be her fault, so she blamed Sasha. And Sasha? Well, she wasn't having it. Sasha accurately pointed out that there would be no secret to divulge if Willow hadn't chosen to kiss Drew in the first place, twice. Of course, Sasha just had a drunken one-night fling with Willow's husband, but that only happened because Willow kissed Drew and lied about it for months. All Willow could do was whine that Michael didn't deserve to know the truth and be upset because it would never happen again. All she cared about was saving her marriage. And that is why 10 minutes later, she was naked and on top of Drew on the playroom floor. Can't wait for Sasha to learn about that one. And then there is Drew. Once a fine man, an honorable man, and a loving husband and father, when played by Billy Miller, he is now a liar, a louse, selfish, manipulative, vengeful, and secretive. Not clear what happened to Drew when Victor Cassadine kept him hostage for 2 years, but perhaps he killed him and replaced him with an imposter. The man has been having hate sex with Nina for months after threatening violence against her when the year began, has been following Willow around since summer, and has paid off Cody to keep his secrets. That's on top of casting himself on his sword and going to jail to protect Carly because his daughter had Sam and didn't need him around anyhow. Now, Scout no longer has Sam, and the first thing he thinks of is that he has no idea how to be a father. Perhaps that is because he has neglected to be one for the last 3 years. And on the night his young kid heard her mother was dead, he did the dirty with married wife Willow on the floor of his kid's playroom. So, let's quit pretending here. Drew is not a good guy and certainly not the Drew that Sam fell in love with. Let's not forget that Michael had intoxicated sex with Sasha after finding his wife only kissed Drew once. Then, after learning she kissed Drew twice, he sought to pull the truth out of her. After Willow lied some more, Michael had sex with her so that she could turn around and have sex with Drew later that day. Does it get any more ick than this? Oh, that's right. Michael observed the intercourse on their baby monitor app and didn't bother informing Willow he knew everything about her romp on the floor the hour before. In the words of Chandler Bing, could these folks ever be more horrible? Let the chips fall as they may. And may the babies be delivered in 9 months, because if all this sex doesn't result in a pregnancy or two, GH is not a soap. Alexis has done this over and again for a week. You aren't meant to outlive your children, yet Alexis did, and her loss is our heartbreak. Alexis went through the movements and emotions this week, and it was a lovely thing to watch. Perhaps Alexis's most poignant moment came when she sat with Sonny and told him about her regrets about giving Sam up for adoption when she was just a teenager. She wishes she had rebelled against her father and retained her child. Sonny seems to be the guy Alexis can open up with the most. We said it last week, and we'll say it again, Sexies has as much chemistry as they did more than 20 years ago when Christina came to be. Maurice Benard and Nancy Lee Grahn are absolute magic together. Sonny and Alexis share a relationship like no other. They understand each other, tolerate one another, and when push comes to shove, they will do anything for each other. So GH, do something for us and make Sexies happen after all these years. Sante was the most steady pair on GH, which often made them boring, but oh, the potential they had if they were ever given true strife. It was evident how much they loved one another, and Dante's grief is now our despair, just as with Alexis. He has no idea how he is going to go and you simply want to cry with him. Bravo to Dominic Zamprogna for showing us that real guys can cry and real men can sorrow. Dante is a strong cop who puts his heart on his sleeve, which makes him a real guy. There's a new Lucas, but we still have the same old Brad. And their chemistry? It's still there. Van Hansis and Parisian have already created a natural connection, and we want to see what happens there, but we don't know if we can forget why they split up. Brad stole a baby and passed him off as the infant Lucas, and Brad adopted for almost a year. He deceived and hid a whopper of a secret from his hubby for a very long time. Can that be forgiven? Well, not according to loudmouth Carly. She makes the rules, or at least she thinks she does. Sasha was kidnapped and had to flee an actual ticking time bomb, all in 2 episodes. That provided some excitement to the week as Jason took a detour from Morning Sam to dash into a building that was about to explode up and save Sasha. We'd question what the point of this story was, but it looks like it was a feel-good arc to show Sasha that her mother truly does love her after all. Aww. Whoever realized that breaking up the Lucy and Ethel dynamic pair of Nina and Ava was a bad, awful mistake deserves our thanks. It made absolutely no sense to abandon our friendship over Sonny. Considering when would Ava desire to land Sonny, a man who she's done nothing but endure for years considering they share a child? It took years to create a solid friendship between Nina and Ava, 2 women who previously loved Silas Clay and gave birth to his daughters. Why waste all that time and effort to have it end over a man neither one was supposed to end up with? Now, let the good times roll 'cause Nava is back. Thank you, Diane, for realizing that Robert doesn't love you and never will. Was this another literary epiphany that Robert and Diane just don't work together? It was almost cringe to see, so we're delighted that's finally gone. Phew! Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.